they'll be fine with the Ori because it's a big pick for Faker, but I feel like the Xin Zhao, even though we've seen it pop off specifically into the Taliyah Trundle, bit of a struggle. But overall, I think KT's super happy. You know, top lane, bit behind in farm, but if that's all the only sort of hit, and now actually they're looking for a play mid onto Faker. Peter has flash.
Yeah, they're gonna go in onto this one, but this is underneath the turret. He takes 2 turret shots. And yeah, Peter's just dead. They're gonna give that kill over to Faker. Faker says, you know, my flash for your life, I'll take that. Bottom lane, obviously, the CS diff is pretty big, but as we know here in Legend Group, it's trying to bait here, I believe, is Faker, but he's taking a lot of damage as now Shockwave does come in. Flash from Cuz. He wants that kill. He's not going to get it, though, as the peel comes through from Keria. But here comes the wall, and now Faker's in a ton of trouble. BDD takes him down. A very nicely timed wall to just get in.
In the side lane has just died. Able to survive it there. And despite the kill, KT not going to opt to contest the grubs. A lot invested to get that kill onto Faker, and BDD having no mana. Be able to really hang around.
Doran should know that Peter's here. I feel like oftentimes very calculated, and especially the first couple of team fights can just decide the game because the teams are so clean with what they do with their leads. So something to look out for. Faker is just taking insane amounts of damage. He's going to avoid those rocks, but actually knocks BDD farther in. Gets the shield, though, is outstepping everything, but eventually BDD just outplays him. He got that first bit of burst damage, and although BDD did miss quite a lot, he was still able to finish off the
moment where, you know, things didn't start to connect. That initial play was really big. Then Faker started to find an angle. He's sidestepping. The Shockwave moves into the side. He sidesteps again. This is when it starts to get a bit scary. But again, his flash is just not available. And that flash still being available for BDD means you can't always flash to get that final bit of damage.
Yeah, ghost in from Peter. Very scary. Now we got a Taliyah from the top side, but oh, he's not gonna flash. It just takes a ton of damage, and now Faker's just dead. Elects to save his flash, and that's gonna give yet another kill over to BDD, who is 3-0.
Poke negated there by the redemption.
Look, I mean, he sees Guma, he goes kill.
Oh.
That's what he does. Guma doesn't get to play the game. We got a Hextech Soul on the way. Double Dragon here for KT to start off. It's now perfect. It looks like he might be a little bit of trouble, but we have some help from the team is coming up here. We even have a TP as well from the side of T1, and they will secure this kill. Saw the rotation was coming in from Peter and from DuckDom, even BDD as well, but
because he didn't want him to be able to potentially TP out. Oh, not again.
He just keeps hitting those. BDD just cannot miss today. But there's a lot of minions here. It's going to be kind of cleaned up. Faker gets a shield. One more rock could do it, but Keria comes in and saves him with the heal. And Faker is just running circles around him now, but has been terrorized for the entire game. Finally gets his revenge. With the help of his team, is now trying to deny the eye. But it is going to be KT that get in, take it away.
Trying to save it again here, I think backfired, because I think if he flashed to hit the boulder, it's this one here that comes in a second. This boulder, if he'd flashed to hit that, I think he's just dead. But he waited till after, then realized, oh, maybe I have to flash here, and then it was too late. On here, considering they're on a bit of the back foot earlier in this game.
Yeah, KT trying to set up another fight here. They're down 1,000 gold. They don't want to go too deep, though. You could see they don't get that initial pick. Now it's just a bit of a scrum. Here comes BDD getting on in. A massive knockback again. This guy just can't miss today, but Owner, another guy who can't seem to miss nowadays, is going to frontline for the team. DuckDom just has to stand and fire, and he will survive for quite a long time as one more shot gets it done from Guma, but he will pay with his life. Meanwhile, on the right side, T1 win that part of the fight. BDD still alive, but they would love to take out this Taliyah, and they finally do it. The burst comes out from Faker, and it will be T1 winning this fight in a massive fashion, 1-for-4.
Just such good execution there from T1. It feels like a couple of things missed from KT, and immediately they're on the back foot. Immediately they're recognizing this isn't the fight they want, but they're just not given the window to back away, not given the window to get out again. I think the back and forth, the balance of Hatrix is trying to hit.
It's like BDD versus the world yet again. This was Doran, you know, gets in, gets the kill.
Dodges that seismic shove was so big, and the fact that he was here before Perfect on the Rumble, the ult as well, finding a great angle.
That's some Aurora gameplay if I've ever seen it. A little bit of a skirmish down on the bottom side, and guess who's being targeted again? BDD gets in, but this time the flash is available for Faker, and he's going to use it aggressively to try to set up this kill. One more auto will do it. You see, Carrier didn't want to take it, but he will in the end. And now they just keep on going for Faker. It's not nearly as successful as it was in the early game, and they're getting punished for it. KT, I feel like they're being pulled into T1's game, and it's not looking good for them.
Just keep him there.
Yeah.
Where's he going to go?
You don't need to kill him. You can just delay the back until the dragon spawns. Meanwhile, Ducktom just in mid, just dying.
Yeah, Peter realizes
Caught out.
He's being kept there, so he runs into the tower. Faker just kill him. They can now, and KT aren't even looking to contest this. They're looking to grab the dragon. Their hope is that they get a comeback fight. If they get Soul, that's enough to win the game. But 4,000 gold down and losing Anakan here is such a bad spot to be in.
Yeah. You got teleported on by Rakan. Like, what is she gonna do?
Yeah, I think he was going for the Herald to escape.
Yeah.
A bit unfortunate. Oh, might have found Faker.
Dang, nice shockwave, but he is in a lot of trouble. BDD gets in again, and BDD is relentless. He's like, okay, didn't work a couple of times, I'm going in again. He's got 5 kills. The only person on the team who has kills is BDD. Looking for more. You see T1 always looking to skirmish. That's going to be the Aurora all down. Gets in, gets out, straight into the arms of the Corki.
Okay, this is big. Oh,
wait, no! He's going the wrong way! And, well, yeah, he's just dead.
He messed up the portal there. I think maybe
did,
took some damage, or I don't know specifically what he did, but obviously he did not do what he hoped to. Owner and Carrier, a bit overextended here.
Yeah, they also took the portal not the correct way. This time, Carrier's going to get out.
So something I was going to say, let off the carries from the rest of the team, but it just times out. Now they have to rush in. The dragon's just gone.
Yeah, T1 just get in. Now they're like, well, if you want to fight, we're down now.
They kind of just traded, and KT get nothing for it. In fact, they're burning a TP to get out.
They're trying desperately to find all the members of KT that were trying to get out, and the TP utilized by BDD. It's going down over there. Not sure if it looks like they weren't able to clear it, though, as Pillar comes down, Doran gets out. But there you go, another shove comes in from the side of BDD. This guy just can't miss today. It's really on his game up against T1. And he's a big reason why they're in this game.
Okay, they've played out the vision well. This is really good for their comp. Carrier's looking for a flank, though.
All right, trying to go all in on a Faker. It's not quite going to work out. BDD trying to turn now onto the left side, going to take out Guma, and they will take that absolutely. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of this fight, it looks like Cuz is in a bit of trouble. He'll be taken out, and Faker wasting a lot of Perfect's time as the rest of the backline is just being torn to shreds by the rest of T1. And look at Owner, level 16, red buff, Xingjiao, full health. Died just yet. He's going to keep it leashed, though. Here comes BDD. He's the only one with Smite. They've just got to do the damage to it as the Smites do come down. And a big fight coming in, actually, as down will go the Rumble. Owner in a bit of trouble. And now Doran just trying to hop away. Ducktom bleeding and gets taken out by the Aurora.
Between the two teams.
Feels like it's been this way for the last like 10-15 minutes. The same game where we're just like waiting on a tightrope, waiting for that next objective. Oh, the double shove comes in! BDD! He wants to carry this game, and he might have just done it, but the peel is coming in. Peter goes down, but they took out Owner, and he's really the big man on campus. Big shockwave does come down for Faker. He's going to flash away. The kiting of Orianna, and Jin is quite strong. Oh, the interrupt from the side of Carrier is nearly going to keep them alive. And it's at least going to peel for the team. Flashes on in, and it's not quite going to work as Carrier takes huge amounts of damage. Ducktom, watch the big one, and the sniper from the side of KT will net them the Hextech Soul.
And that's the thing, it has been the same story for the last 10 minutes. You can see Faker trying to steal the picture-in-picture. It got a bit scrappy here when BDD went in. It got a little bit scary.
They almost stole, by the way. we doing tons of extra damage with Hextech Soul. Everybody's going to really struggle to find engage angles. You know, like Carrie is like, okay, I'm going to engage, guys. Wait, I'm walking at 25% of my speed. You know, it doesn't really make it easy for T1, and it gives incredible control over to KT. as they are taking their time with this one. That's going to be the solar flare right on top of Carrier, but in goes Peter, and down will go Peter, but still at the same time, it's 2 kills here for the side of KT, and now Owner, nowhere for him to go. So hard to play into the Trundle, as another knockback does come through. And we do have the GA here for Owner, actually nearly kills BDD somehow. And now it's Faker's turn, he doesn't have the flash. Doran doesn't have his flash anymore, as he just used it. And it's just so difficult to get away from them. So many low health bars, actually. Incredibly low, but we have a TP coming back in. And I think with that and the Baron, they should be able to end.
Yeah, Doran not going to be able to do anything against 4 members of KT. He'll give it a go. Let's see if he can do what Shiwu did and pull off the defense.
Yeah, I just think with Perfect TPing back in, it's going to be a little bit too little, too late. And there you go, not even going to touch BDD. And they have the wave coming through. KT take down T1 in game number 1.
It sounds weird to say Ziggs is similar to Kai'Sa, but what they're adding to an engage comp is functionally you engage and they ult on top.
And there's follow-up.
Yeah, that in a sense they're functionally doing a similar thing.
Yeah.
You know, Guma's a bit low on mana. I think KT feeling somewhat confident here.
Yeah, looks like they want to go for the trade. They're just going all in on the Pantheon as down he goes. Owner 100 to 0. And now the turn on to Guma. Feeling pretty good. He's going to have to flash
the satchel.
Mega Inferno Bomb. And yeah, the satchel gets Carrier back. It gets him in range of EDD. It's 2 kills for KT here in the early game.
I love the decisiveness there from KT. You know, so often Pantheon is a hard target to focus because of his E, stole so much damage. You could easily have seen that going wrong if they were a little bit hesitant with how they approached it.
P4 BDD. Peter is ghosting up here as well. Will they try to help him is the question. Yes, they absolutely will, but the ult from Perfect is actually perfect. Gonna get on the backside of the turret, and now he's got the peel from his team. The bear comes down and turns this fight around. Doran and Carrier just running tail between legs as they can't get away. Carrier just trying to sacrifice himself, but the dominoes, one by one, are falling into the hands of KT once again. And they're getting the Infernal Drake. What aren't they getting, Ox?
What a play there from KT. One more kill.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
카드 더블 왔어. 죽게 할 등. 당연 살아. 나이스!
I love Peter, man.
Otacon gonna come up here, remove the pixel brush.
He did just... Oh.
It's a lot of damage going into Gumi. He has to flash the flash forward Q! Outplayed by the Annie. Skooma did not see that damage coming. Now T1 can't get anything in this game.
Oh, unlucky Peter didn't get the dredge line there, but... Oh!
All right.
Oh, man! Perfect is running circles around them, and if we're being honest, Perfect is the player on KT who has struggled the most. He is the player who has been challenged the most and who has had the most issues, and he is playing so well this series. Oh, this is against the stun. The Tibbers comes in. Dimar shredding that final flash Q. Guma experienced that in that play.
They definitely did. Carrier desperate to try to take down this ward. They're going to look for an engage, but now the turn comes in on Aguma, who doesn't have his flash anymore. Just getting brutalized once again. TP is coming in as Doran, trying to do something, immediately just evaporates. And T1 again, just having the door shut in their face at every single corner.
Where is this team being? This KT. The last time we saw this KT,
who are these
road
guys?
to MSI.
Yeah.
It's the same 5 members we saw there, but it just feels like we haven't seen this play, and it's coming at the perfect time, leading up to playoffs against T1, who in the best form of the LCK. And right now, Game 1 was a back and forth, but it was super close, super tense, and it felt like it was incremental, these moments that came down to one big shove from BDD. This is not, this is a stomp right now. This is KT dominating T1 for the first time in such a long time.
If you are BDD and you're making plays, it is possible. And, you know, a lot of times in best of threes where the first game is super tight, super tense, and then it just gets blown open.
Oh!
Wow. Oh, the curved hook comes through, and Faker is going to have to flash over the wall. They are looking to continue this. Nobody else is here, so it just looks like he is donezo. Oh, okay, little taunt, little chance here. And another hook comes through, and the extension on the Wukong as well. As now Perfect's like, you want to dive me? You're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna take you down. Goodman Carrier just watching over the wall.
Doctum cleared the wave, so then Doran ended up getting aggro, and now the heralding bot, they're gonna get this tower. KT just can't stop winning in this game. So, initially Doran's proxying here. The jump comes in from Owner, but the ult clears the wave. And then he ends up getting aggro with
Here we go again. Owner behind enemy lines, just dead. Faker and Carrier in there. Doran trying to take a 1v1 against the Ziggs. Can barely do it as Faker trying to get over as well. And BDD is going to get revenge for that 100%. Q comes through. And Faker as well eventually will go down. Just wasting their time. And KT are just running the map right now.
It's a really good item for Ziggs. He's really good at applying at Ziggs is.
Yeah.
Better if you have like a dot item.
Okay, well.
That was a misclick, I believe.
Yeah.
Direction. Maybe a little jump scare from the invisible Wukong, but a dot item like
Light Fire Torch first.
But still really good. And Perfect.
He just keeps going in, and this time, no, he's going to be totally fine. The follow-up comes in from Peter and from BDD. And even with all these damage dealers on the side of T1, yes, the 1 kill goes over to the Gwen. But they're taking the Otacon while this is happening. As, yeah, just going to use the heal just to get out of dodge. He's got Ghost as well, if need be. But it was all over. Hextech Soul, by the way. KT going to get Hextech Soul points very early on, 22 minutes.
And that's the thing, when you talk about vibes as well, a win like this, because obviously this is going to secure, but taking down T1 in this manner is going to mean so much.
Well, carry on. Somebody's got to get vision, and it's going to be the Braum.
Oh, he just got exploded.
He really did. But it helps that you've got a Ziggs who's been untouched for Shadow Flame's second.
Yeah.
And, you know, this isn't DNF, you know, playing up against Bro, where it is possible to throw leads like this. I feel like KT in current form, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to throw this lead, as now the ult comes in. Owner just blasted away once again. Taunt comes in, but it's only on the front line. Carrier is dead. Faker is also dead. KT playing as a 5-man unit as T1 run in 1 by 1.
It feels bad for Doctime because he throws his ult up and everyone's dead by the time it hits the ground.
Yeah.
They're doing so much damage. T1 trying to establish vision, just get destroyed. You know, it just feels like there's nothing KG can really do to mess up fights with this much of a lead.
Perfect wants the angle. He absolutely does. He's got the TP in from BDD, but he doesn't have his ult anymore. Trying to kill Peter is the most difficult thing to do for T1 right now, and instead they're just feeding 2 kills over to Perfect. I think T1 knows it. We all know it. This game is over at this point. KT just way too far ahead. Now
oh, Doran. He senses something.
Yeah. Smartly gonna back away. Really, it's all done but the crying here. KT just gotta push in, push with the Ziggs, you know, make sure everybody's safe. The flash and the satchel away. You're not touching the Ziggs, says Ducktop. As everybody is in the meat grinder, tons of damage. Yes, was blocked by the Braum. As Ingo's perfect, maybe a little bit too deep, but he's just unkillable anyway. He got away after all of that, just insane. And that is the power of the gigantic wallets. KT absolutely obliterating T1 in the second game, and they will take the 2-0 tonight.
Game 1 was a massive fight, a massive struggle, and a long-fought victory.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.